Happy salty sunshine Halloween. Woo-hoo. This is your host, Lisa. Happy Halloween. It's on a Friday this year, which makes it a lot of fun. Did you all dress up? Are you dressing up? The scrolling is superb. The scrolling is amazing. All the costumes, all the dogs and animals and cats and kids. It's so good. I saw this one with a baby. It was so funny. They put him with sunglasses on the couch and they brought like a big like he's getting bottle service and they brought this huge tub of ice and baby formula like milk and juice. So funny. Yeah, so the scrolling's going to be superb between now and the weekend and I love it. I love it. I love it. What else is going on? Dancing with the Stars Halloween night was this week. Poor Jen Affleck was sent home. I do think she might be happy about it because of the way things were going. They weren't going well. So I'm thinking she's not terribly upset that she's going home, but I'm sure she's not happy with the whole process. I just realized too her partner is a first time professional dancer on the show and I think it kind of screwed her up. It screwed her up because he's not guiding her well enough. He's not chor- doing the choreography the way he should and I don't know. So I think it's a mix of things. She's like not technically the best dancer and she's not she's missing something in her dance. I don't know what it is, but there's a disconnect. And I think there's a lot of factors involved, but she was sent home. All the dancers were awesome. Elaine was injured, and I think she should have been eliminated. I'm sorry. Sorry you got injured, but if you're not dancing, we're not voting. That's not fair that Jem was sent home against somebody that wasn't even there to dance. Like, no. Dancing is not like you can dance great one time and then do it again and then you mess it up. So dancing, every time you dance, it's a different dance and you could mess up. And it's not fair that we judged her on her videotape rehearsal, the last rehearsal she had. That's my opinion. She should have been eliminated, period. Um so anyways, it was really good. Whitney's dance was good. The judges said she was off. She wasn't off. I watched the whole thing multiple times. I didn't see anything off. So I don't know what that's about. Cheryl Burke was a guest judge and she was very hard on them. Like so she was giving lower scores than the other judges. What are you doing? That doesn't make sense. But anyways, Alex Earl's dance was awesome. Val made her cry in rehearsal because she asked him to push her really hard, so he did, and it made her sad, and she cried. Not sad. He worked her very hard, but she got her first tens, so that's amazing. The other one, Jordan Childs, she had a harness, and the dance was awesome. I love the harness, and it was so creative. And the who was it? Sure, yeah. Well, Carrie Ann and someone else agreed with her too. I think that if you're going to use a prop, you have to execute it perfectly. But I don't agree. I think it was executed as perfectly as it could for a non-professional and a professional. Whatever. I loved it. So, anyways, Andy's still there, and this is not a drill. This isn't going well. Andy being there, Andy Richter, whatever his name is, he's a comedian. He's not dancing. It's stupid that he's still on there. And if he stays on another week, I might stop watching because this is stupid. This is a dance competition. This is not popularity and it's not a talent show. He should not be there. He doesn't dance. It's not funny anymore. Like, get him off the stage. Um, Kardashians premiered this past week. I don't think I've seen the second episode if it's out yet, but I saw the first one. What is going on with Chris and that whole skit they did of her going into the Kylie Cosmetics office and she just kept it was like a movie skit. I don't get it. This is not a reality show anymore. It hasn't been for a long time and there's nothing real about it. I don't know. All they do is talk about their products and their stuff and follow them. It's not there's nothing juicy. I did notice that all the girls are wearing that really light iridescent pink blush. I don't like it. It's a new thing, I guess, is trending. Kim wore it on the red carpet too for her new show, All is Fair. I don't like it. So Chris is selling her old home where the second home they had the show, because they had the first when the show first started, they had that other house, that one story ranch style house. But then when they moved into the other house with the checkered floors, that's where all the real stuff happened for a long time, and they've held on to the house all these years, and now she's selling it. So they had this one last dinner, and everyone came, including Rob, and even Caitlyn Jenner, and Kim and Chloe's outfits were ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know Courtney is a little bitchy sometimes. Courtney's a little bitchy. Her opinions come off a little off sometimes. She's like, I'm not gonna wear an outfit anymore, and like, you guys look ridiculous in the confessionals. Do they look ridiculous? Yeah, they do. They really do. But when she's in front of them, she just has to say, I'm more comfortable. This is the phase I'm in right now. Like, this is what I want to do. I'm more comfortable not wearing all out stuff and being cute and comfy. She doesn't have to now then continue it and say, you guys look silly, even though they actually do. They're at a family dinner. Why are they dressed so ridiculous? Kim was in like a corset with heels and like, they have zero style. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Kim has no style. Kim dresses so bad. I wouldn't trade that for the world. The way she dresses is silly. It's stupid. I agree with Courtney. It's just she doesn't have to tell them that there's things that you just don't have to say. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of boring to me. That's all I have to say. It's just boring. They don't really talk about anything. Okay, Chloe hasn't had sex in 3 years. Okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I started watching this other show, the Murdaugh. You know the Murdaugh family. Um, the son, one of the sons. It was two sons. One is super spoiled brat. This is a very wealthy lawyer family. What are they? South Carolina or somewhere. Um, he was on a boat with his friends. He's young in his teens, and he's a drunk. He drinks too much. He's stupid. And it was nighttime, and they were in the boat. It was all over the news. His friends and their girlfriends, and they kept telling him to stop speeding and slow down, and he didn't. And I don't know if they crashed into something or something happened. The girl went overboard and she died. And the case was ongoing for a while, and the family tried to pay off people or intimidate people and tell the families to lie or whatever. But then the father was a pill taker for pain, and he got addicted to like prescription pills, and he spent all this money on pills and other things. He was in financial debt, and then his wife and son end up dead at his house. The son that crashed the boat, that was still in litigation for what he did, and the wife. So now the father is serving time in jail, and his other son that's still alive is the only remaining out of that an immediate family member. He's the only one alive and not in jail. So they have a show on Hulu. It's one of these things that they make so many documentaries on all these stories that by the time they make a series, who wants to watch that? I don't, because I've already seen everything. But I gave it a go, and it's actually really good. I'm super entertained, so I think it's really good. You should go watch it on Hulu. The Murdaugh Family. It's a really well done series, and I like it. I'm into it. Victoria Beckham documentary on Netflix. We didn't need it, in my opinion. I watched 10 minutes of it, turned it off. I don't need to see more. I really don't. There's no juice there. We just had the David and Victoria Beckham Netflix documentary not long ago. Yes, it was heavily focused on David, but I mean, she's part of his life, so it was focused on her too. I didn't need to see this. I'm bored to tears. I don't care. I don't care that you had an eating disorder. Like, I think everyone knew. And it's not that, sure, share it, but you should have shared it in the other documentary. Like, just put it all in one. I don't need to see a whole new documentary just for like two more tidbits, Whatever. Maybe it gets better, but I'm not into it. I stopped watching it. Kelsey Grammer, he welcomed his eighth baby. I think he's 70 or 79. I don't understand what's happening. These men having babies. I think he's 70. So many babies. Why do you keep having babies? Then I saw this other article that this Australian man just had a baby at 93. It did say IVF, but does that mean they use his sperm? Because can it even work when you're 93 with assistance and pills and all of that? Does it even work? Like, what's happening? That's just crazy. Crazy, kind of disturbing. But yeah, I saw this other article on IG. It's a chat GPT was asked how to live up to 140 years. The answer was simple and surprising. ChatGPT analyzed the data of centenarians from the blue zones and reached an unexpected conclusion. It's not the diet, it's not exercise, and it's not genetics. The main factor for longevity is low level of chronic stress. Everything else is secondary. You can eat healthy, train, not smoke, but if you live under constant stress, you die young. That makes sense. It's like being in a bad relationship. Cut that loose. There's no point. Never gets better. ChatGPT explained chronic stress isn't about work or money. It's internal conflict between who you are and who you're trying to appear to be. If you don't live your own life, your body stays in survival mode 24/7. Cortisol destroys everything: blood vessels, immunity, brain. The long-lived people of Okinawa and Sardinia live longer not because they eat fish, but because they live in harmony. First of longevity, according to ChatGPT. Do only what does not generate internal resistance. Do you hate your job but do it for money? You're taking 15 years off your life. Do you live with someone you don't love out of fear of being alone? 10 years off your life. Do you surround yourself with people who drain your energy? About 8 years off your life. Each day in a toxic environment equals accelerated aging at the cellular level. The second rule, stop saving for later. Live today as you plan to do in retirement. Most postpone life until I retire, quote unquote, but they arrive sick, exhausted, and without energy. ChatGPT showed that 43% die within the first 5 years after retiring. I have heard stories, so many stories like this. People get there and they either have cancer or an ailment, or they're caring for someone with those issues, and they can't do all these bucket list things that they thought they would do in their retirement. Screw it. Like, no. So because their body waited a long time for permission to live, and when it got it, it was already too late. Third rule, social connections are worth more than vitamins. Loneliness equals smoking 15 cigarettes a day. People with strong social bonds live 50% longer. It's not about the number of friends, but the quality of relationships. A single person with whom you can be yourself extends life more than any diet. 4, find a purpose bigger than yourself. In Japan, they call it ikigai. The reason you get up every morning. People with a clear ikigai live 7 years longer. It doesn't have to be a great mission. It can be a garden, grandchildren, art, or helping others. Oh, for me, that's dogs. Animals, cats and dogs, helping them. Oh, that's what it is for me. 5, stop obsessing over optimization of health. Paradox. Fitness fanatics live less than those who follow their intuition. Holy cow, that's me right there. I say it all the time. I'm swiping left on a guy that is on a marathon bike. I'm running a marathon. Get out of here. I don't need your stressful schedule in my life. I don't want the stress. I want flexibility. That's how I see it. Obsession equals stress equals high cortisol, counting calories, fearing bad foods, monitoring every step. That's not life. It's a prison. Agreed. 6 rule, move naturally, not out of obligation. People in blue zones don't go to the gym. They walk, tend gardens, climb stairs. Movement is integrated into your life, not isolated for training. Yep. 7, sleep when you're sleepy. Eat when you're hungry. Well, yeah. I know. We have too many rules. This makes me think of the Skinny Confidential. I love that podcast, but I do get stressed listening to Lauren and her baloney. It's like task stacking, whatever. Get out of here. Who's going to wake up and do 20-step routine and then again, throughout the day, and then again, a nightly 20-step routine? That to me is the most stressful thought. I'd like to minimize my situation, and even in the shower, I have a gua sha, like a body gua sha, and I try to do that in the shower. I try to minimize things and simplify it, because hell to the no am I going to do all that. So anyways, I thought this was super interesting, and I agree. Totally agree. All right, I want to talk about the Love is Blind finale. Guys, what a finale. No, not the finale. The reunion. That reunion was nuts. It was actually crazy. And when I thought they couldn't waste more time in my life because Nick and Vanessa are just really bad hosts, they Okay, so everyone gets her. First of all, they have this guy singing in a band while everyone walks out. What is that about? Fine, it was fun. Who cares? It's not taking away from my time. But what is taking away from my time is the fact that when they talk to Patrick and the fact that he wants the ring back that he didn't pay for, Katie, they make them play basketball. And whoever wins the basketball, 3 out of 5 or whatever, gets the ring. So she gives him back the ring. He gets the ring, and then they play the basketball, and he loses the ring because she got more hoops than he did. How stupid! Why are you taking up our cheese time to get the gossip on basketball? It's so dumb. This is the kind of shit they do that I'm not on board with. It's so crazy. So that was one thing. Katie was sitting next to Allie. I've realized that Allie and Katie are both not the best people. Allie seems very superficial and gold digger-ish. I don't know if she's like a full-on, but it's definitely a priority. But more shocking is she's a little mean. I don't know. I found her a little mean-spirited, and Katie next to her is just like kind of annoying. She's obviously doing things that are, flirting with whoever or has a plan in her head. And when people are calling her out, she's just like, "What are you talking about? That's not true. That didn't happen till a week later." It's one of those that they're kind of excusing their behavior. Oh, so annoying. Um, Megan and Jordan. Jordan looks skinnier, and maybe he's living off chicken smoothies. Maybe the chicken smoothies are 3 times a day now. But Megan is a little plumper because she just had a baby a few months ago. So she does reveal that the paparazzi photos were in fact her and her baby daddy and her new baby. She met the guy like 3 months after, or like a month after, 2 months after they wrapped the show. And then 3 months into their relationship, she got pregnant. That's kind of crazy. I wonder if she just kind of accelerated it because of her experience on the show. What's even crazier is that her boyfriend baby daddy was in the audience. What, since when did they do that? Since when did they bring their new partners in the audience? Joe's new partner was she in the audience? No, maybe not. Somebody's partner was in the audience. Oh, Anton. Anton brought his new girlfriend. And Megan's boyfriend was there, which I thought was crazy. That's kind of crazy. And I think that's kind of rude. I know it's been a year, but we're talking about your relationship and your experience on the show with the partner you had on the show. I don't think your new partner should be in the audience. Maybe just show a photo. I don't know. It's weird. But Megan had a baby. I think Jordan already knew because they asked if he knew. He said that somebody slid into his DMs and he asked her point blank and she told him the truth. And he wishes them the best and blah 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 blah. But I did see anguish in his face. He dropped the ball. You have no one to blame but yourself. You better wake up and have the energy to talk to someone you're dating. Thank you, Jordan. I already said it. I'll say it again. I will die on that hill. Your lack of effort with Megan was unacceptable. um I do think he was sad. Definitely. And then they showed her baby photos and the photos of him and her. I think that was so rude to the people on the panel. Even if it's been a year, I don't care. A year goes by so fast. Um, but I think they also said that Megan went on a few dates with Joe before she met the other guy, which is weird. Joe dated if it was Joe, then Joe dated Megan a few times, and then he also dated Katie, Patrick's ex Katie, for like a month and a half, and Katie was so in love with him. It's so weird. It's so weird. Madison also met up with Joe after the dating ended and all that after the show, and they made out in the parking lot, but that's it. And she's one of these girls that they're kind of, they talk a big game about self-respect and all this blah blah blah, but they're the first ones to fold. They'll meet him, they'll date him, they'll have sex with him, they'll go back with him. It's all talk, and the guys know that, and you need to know that they know. We all know. We see it. So stop talking a big game if you're not going to walk the walk, because it's obvious that you'll fold. Even right now, if he came to you, you'll fold and you'll go back with him. It's so obvious. um Joe, I thought it was really rude for him to say, yeah, they talked about how he said that he usually dates skinnier girls, and how did he feel about seeing that on TV? And he said it was just a answer to a question. He didn't mean to hurt her feelings, and there was obvious attraction. he had towards Madison because all they did was fight and fuck. That was so crude. But you know what? Denver's crude. The people in Denver are they have no tact and they don't have any, I'm not going to say class. They're just, there's no tact. It's not, it's rude. You're talking to the public. You're on a show that people are like, can't you just say we were very intimate or whatever? And then he's like, well, why did you go out with him and meet him again if all this stuff? And she's like, I needed clarity. There's no clarity, women. There's no clarity. There's no closure. That doesn't exist. When things don't work out, just cut it loose. Um, so yeah, Joe dated Katie and then that ended, but Madison was saying that it kind of crossed over. Katie said it didn't, but then Madison said at a party or a bar, Katie told him, "Oh, we're Eskimo sisters," which means you slept with the same guy, which is gross. Which is crazy for her to say to Madison when Madison went through that experience with him. That's so rude. I don't understand these people. Um, then Nick, the way he was apologizing to Casey, I didn't like it. I was like, stop apologizing. You guys went on a show to form feelings for different people simultaneously to navigate through that process and find your best match. The fact that you cared about more than one girl or said I love you to more than one girl is okay. That's what you're there to do. And I really like that Annie stepped it up and said, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. That's what we're here to do. I had feelings for more than one guy. He had feelings for more than one girl. So what? Like, there's no reason to apologize. I love that she defended him because Nick was almost on his knees begging Casey for forgiveness. Like, stop it. Casey is another not nice girl, in my opinion. And I like that she stood up for him, even though he dumped her before the wedding, because he did it respectfully and he was true to his feelings and that's how he felt. But nobody should be chastised for having multiple partners in there. Anton and Allie. I said it before, Anton's mom, I love her. She's so cute. And I'm really happy that Anton found a girlfriend. She was in the audience. He's been dating her for like a year. And when they asked Allie, are you dating anyone? She's like, I respect the interest in my personal life, but I'm not going to talk about it. That means she's not dating anyone, people. That made her look so dumb. I see her so dumb. Her, Casey, Katie, all those girls are dumb, and the guys dodged a bullet, in my opinion. Anton find a nice girl. He's working on it. I don't know. I'm rooting for Anton, and that's all I have to say about that. Oh, and then they asked Allie. I'm telling you, she's like a mean girl. They said, "Well, when was the point that you knew that you guys weren't going to make it? Like, was there a time that you thought, okay, this is it?" She said, when they were on the honeymoon and he wore his flip flops and the way he walked. That was so mean. First of all, you're on a beach, Caribbean place. You're not going to wear flip flops? See, that's the kind of shit that a mean girl would say. That's rude. That's just rude. That was rude. And I'm happy for him. And he looked like he was wearing contacts, but then I Googled it and it said no, it was just like the lighting. But it looked like he was wearing lighter contacts. He looked good though. His hair was a little longer. He looked in shape. Maybe he stopped drinking. I don't know. But he dodged a bullet because she's kind of a mean girl. All in all, it was okay. The reunion was better because it had those surprises of Megan having a baby and the fact that they kind of interdated and they had spouses in the audience. But again, Nick and Vanessa didn't, they didn't do the best job because they never do. And I wish they would have dug deeper, you know? They never asked, like, for instance, Edmund and Calibria, did you ever see each other after this ended? They didn't ask details. I don't like when they don't ask details and they never do, but it was kind of good. And there goes Denver. I don't know where they're hitting up next, but it was a good show. It was a good, juicy show. So that's my update. I just interviewed Heather Colley. She's an author. I'm going to drop that episode on Monday. And she wrote her first novel called The Gilded Butterfly Effect. It's about sorority life, college life, one aspect of it. It's not, a general whatever, but it's really good. I read half the book already, and it's really good. So if you're into it, it just came out in October, and I'm gonna drop the episode on Monday. So tune in if you're interested in that. I'll see you next time. Bye.